Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. You know, I always keep this picture ready and waiting. Ready and waiting. Shout out to everyone watching around the United States, watching around the world. What's going on, Amsterdam? Oh, God, I can't wait to get back to Amsterdam. I literally was just there in October. But here we are. I spent like 3 weeks the last time I went there. What's going on, Shanice? Houston, Texas. My couch in London. What's going on, everyone? Everyone watching on multiple platforms. We appreciate you guys. We are live, of course, on TikTok. We're live on TikTok at TheKempire, and we're live on Twitch, Twitter at TheKempire. We're live on Facebook, TheKempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We are also live on, of course, the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And also, for those that are in our live chat on YouTube, I'm reminding you, this is where you can subscribe to our Kempire Radio YouTube channel. That's where you're getting the visual version of our podcast. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, download the podcast, rated and reviewed the podcast, be sure to do that as well. Kempire Radio on all platforms. Let me take this picture off. You probably thought I was frozen. Lord. Shout out to all of you. What's going on? The UK's in the building. The United States is in the building. South Africa's in the building. Sweden's in the building. Come on. Come through, guys. This is our Tuesday Takeover, where we talk about a variety of reality TV shows that we don't get an opportunity to talk about any other time. And speaking of reality TV, you know, I did not talk about this story, and I want to talk about it. Hold on. Let me just pull it up, because I completely forgot to pull it up. Because I meant to speak about it yesterday. However, I was just too busy yesterday with a variety of different things, including talking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion for season 12. The trailer dropped yesterday. We unpacked it. We also unpacked the Real Housewives of Atlanta, their first 5 minutes of this Sunday's episode. We unpacked that as well. So if you missed that yesterday, be sure to check that out. We also talked about Megan Thee Stallion's interview yesterday that she did with Gayle King from CBS. Well, sincerely, we talked about Annie. Oh my God, has it been a week? No, it hasn't even been a week. We talked about Annie losing her baby, her 7-month-old from 90 Day Fiancé, Annie and Robert. We talked about that last week. We definitely sent them. I can't even imagine losing a. They weren't the only ones, though, that lost the baby recently, too. And I was like, whoa, what is going on? What is going on? That's very, very, very sad. So, as you know, Tuesday Takeover, we talk about a variety of different reality shows, especially our foundation for Tuesday Takeover has been the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. You know, we were just talking about 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. We've done a lot of reports on the problematic behavior of some of the reality stars. I just saw video footage of what went down behind the scenes with Memphis from 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. But I'm tired of talking about Memphis, especially if she's not coming back. Memphis, I don't know what you thought you signed up for, but this is not, you know, some highbrow reality TV. This is 90 Day Fiancé. So she's alleging that she left the reunion. Well, there's some video footage that she left the reunion because she was breastfeeding her child backstage and they were filming her. That's a whole other story. If I get more information about that and I feel like it's worth reporting, I will report it. But I did want to mention to you, that is what they're alleging is the reason why she decided to leave. She had a fight with the producers backstage about them filming her. This is what we talk about on Tuesday. Tuesday for us is really a catch-up. It's sort of like a catch-up of all the reality shows that we don't get to talk about, reality TV news. As you know, I'm a big fan of Making of the Band from the years ago. Remember Making of the Band? That's where we got Danny DeCane. That's where we got The Band. That's where we got a few different people. And they were supposed to bring it back, but then the pandemic hit and that kind of mixed all these things up. And Diddy was talking about bringing his sons in as the experts. What are they experts at? Nepotism? I want to see Making of the Band come back, especially with Lorianne. Lorianne, she is the kind of. Oh, she's good reality TV, but she's also really good at what she does. She's also really, really, really good at what she does. Choppa. You remember Choppa from Making of the Band? He was arrested. Yes, he was arrested for, okay, just a precursor. If you are triggered by these types of conversations of trafficking, YouTube's a little weird with that kind of stuff. But I wanted to talk about, I wanted to report on this in regards, because it is reality TV related. So former The Making Band star Choppa was arrested for felony trafficking charges, TMZ reported on Monday. And this is their exclusive, so I want to read it exactly from them. Former MTV Making the Band star Choppa has been busted for trafficking, with law enforcement accusing him of being a pimp. Okay, if you, just for those of you who don't remember who Choppa is, let me bring up the photo. I mean, this is a recent photo of Choppa. Lord have mercy. Oof, oof, oof. So Choppa was arrested earlier this month in Maryland, and he's being extradited to Las Vegas to face trafficking charges in Sin City, according to new legal documents obtained by TMZ. An undercover vice detective in Nevada, posing as a worker, says that Choppa direct messaged them on Instagram with an apparent offer to make money through prostitution. Okay, the undercover cop says that they searched Choppa's IG account and noticed several posts related to prostitution and pimping, including posts where Choppa flaunted wealth and made references to being a pimp, including one image of him inside a plane. Let me bring that up. Lord. Let me bring this up. Lord. Okay. Including an image of him inside this plane with a phone alongside the caption sending them with a money bag and crown emoji. I know a lot of people in the comment section of this post were saying, well, I thought this was legal in Las Vegas. Well, he's based out, I believe they said North Carolina or South Carolina. And it seems as this is why it's trafficking, and this is why he's being charged, because it's not legal where he's located. But there's also a lot of, in these DM messages of Choppa, formerly of Making of the Band, where he's being very aggressive, almost abusive. So yeah, there's a lot of let me just continue. In the docs, the undercover cops say that they launched an investigation into Choppa after seeing social media evidence of potential trafficking operation. The undercover says Choppa called them and bragged about frequent travel and having 7 homes across the country, including one in Las Vegas, while also telling the undercover Sin City was not a safe place to do business because law enforcement was cracking down. What's more, the undercover says that they had a phone interview with Choppa, and after passing the test, Choppa told them he would make them part of his, quote, team and stable. Stable? Like horse stable, y'all. Not stable as in being stable. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover. We are talking about Making of the Band star, I use that word loosely, Choppa being arrested for alleged sex trafficking. They say the undercover says Choppa then became aggressive with them over the phone, ordering them around like he might do to a sex worker, telling them to pack their belongings, get to the airport, and meet him in Charlotte, North Carolina to join his, quote, stable. From there, the undercover says they stalled by telling Choppa that they were scared to leave home, with Choppa trying to verbally force them to make the trip, getting angry and demanding a $2,000 fee. Between the alleged social media posts, direct messages, phone calls, and fee demand, the undercover says there was then enough evidence to arrest and charge Choppa with felony sex trafficking. According to TMZ, they've reached out to Choppa's team, or I'll say stable. So far, they have not heard anything back in regards to this arrest. This arrest happened last month, according to TMZ. This is our Tuesday Takeover, guys. This is where we get you up to date on what's going on with these reality TV stars in the news and on these reality shows. So one of the things that I've been doing is catching up on some of the shows that you all have been telling me to watch because you know me. You guys really know me and what I might like. And you know, here on the channel, we love talking about property, not like Choppa property. Not like that. Not like that. I'm talking about real estate. So I started watching Selling the Hamptons on Discovery Plus. Discovery. Where's our discount code? We talk about you guys every single week. And I know they want to give out discount codes. They give it to these other major brands. Why not give it to us? We're always promoting you for free. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you. If anything is triggering for you, you can turn it off and then come on back. All right? All right. Exactly, Deborah. It's Tuesday Takeover, not 90 Days Takeover. Thank you. You guys get it. You guys get it. But back to this, Selling the Hamptons. So when I started watching Selling the Hamptons on Discovery Plus, I was like, why do these people look familiar? They looked familiar. I said, maybe I saw this already. But then I was just like, not everyone looks familiar. Dasha says, Kempire, I need your login. Is that what you're trying to say? Your login so I can watch? See, Shantae says it still isn't any better than when Netflix had it. I don't think it was Netflix. It was because I did a little Google schmoogle. Oh, not him. Oh. This is what you're referring to. So Netflix had a show called Netflix's $1 Million Beach House. And it's like, why do these people look familiar? It was rebranded and, well, completely rebranded because it's a whole different cast. Not whole different. There are at least 3 people from Netflix's $1 Million Beach House. We didn't get Mia in the other one. At least I don't think so, because I didn't finish watching $1 Million Beach House, but I had started. So this is basically Selling the Hamptons. And the Hamptons have some beautiful homes. Beautiful homes. We've got to do a separate live just looking at property. We might just do that for the members. Shout out to our members. Members, I did post on the community tab for our Royal Court members a question about a possible live stream that we will do exclusively for members, so no one can see it besides just members. So stay tuned for that. But be sure to check out the community tab, Royal Court members, for that conversation. I think we should probably do like a members only live viewing party of property. I have to say, this is where Ladies Who List, that's another show that we covered from OWN, another Discovery show. From OWN, Ladies Who List, they gave us a lot of drama, and we kept on saying every single week, we want property. And that was the great thing about watching Selling Sunset. We got so much property, and I don't need it to be $1 million property. Yes, that is nice. Don't get me wrong. I think we all generally, if you love looking at real estate and you're interested in real estate, then you like what you see. It doesn't matter if it's $1 million. If it's a $500,000 home, you're like, this is nice. But the good thing about Selling the Hamptons, there was little dramas within the group, but it was like competitive drama. It wasn't like, oh, I don't like your hair. You know what I mean? It was about business. And I didn't understand what the Ladies Who List producers were doing with that show, because it's like, okay, you've already had so many examples leading up to this. Maybe they were trying to do something like Selling Sunset or selling Tampa. But even with those shows, we got a lot of property. I just really hope they do get a second season and they focus on competitiveness. They focus on property showing, because in Selling Hamptons, every single episode, every turn, it was property we were looking at. And then they would have challenges of like, okay, this person wants this, this, and this. And that's why I fell in love with Mia. Hold on, let me bring my girl Mia. Mia is dead set in the center, a beautiful girl. She's lived that life. And this is how she got into real estate. And there are a lot of people that were former models. Look at Kelly Ben Simone, former models, former, whatever it was. They lived this high life, worked in the club scene, worked with really, really rich people. And then they go into real estate and they do pretty well. And Mia is one of those people in this first season. She is, finding her legging with the group, and she's trying to really solidify her place within this group. Of course, I forgot Kenny. Kenny was so cute. He's so cute, but Kenny was a little shady. It was like there were certain little things that Kenny would do that they would make a big deal about. And I was like, wait, I don't think he meant any harm. But then I was like, did he? Kenny is the one. I guess he's Latin. I think Kenny's Latin. I don't want to assume. Cute. So I feel like I know him though. Like I don't know where I've seen him before. I don't think he was on $1 Million Beach House. Maybe he was. I can't remember. But you know who is perfect for reality TV? Peggy. Peggy there in the orange dress. She is overly sensitive. There were moments I was like, girl, why are you... Her battle with Michael over that property. It's like, what? Why are you... She's overly sensitive. Very sensitive. And I feel like in that type of business, you can't be that sensitive, but it's great for TV. It's great for TV. If you're just joining us, we're talking, this is our Tuesday Takeover, where we talk about a variety of reality shows. Right now, we're talking about Selling the Hamptons on Discovery Plus right now. You can check it out. And if the people look familiar to you, it's because they are. They were on Netflix's $1 Million Beach House. I was like, why do these people look so familiar? Let me take a sip from my coldest water bottle. Guys, if you haven't gotten your coldest water bottle or anything from Coldest, go get it today. Head on over to coldest.com. Use the discount code KEMP10. Shout out to all of you that have been supporting us by purchasing something for yourself. Why not, right? Why not? I love my coldest water bottle. You know, I always have it near me whenever I'm on live because I have to stay hydrated for my voice. Hold on. And all you say that you love my color. My color is available, I believe. They have so many colors that are out of stock with the coldest water bottle, but so many of you love this color. I believe this color is still in stock. Okay. But watching the Selling the Hamptons, I'm focused. I'm like, would I want a home out in the Hamptons? There's so many different types of homes out in the Hamptons. There are certain parts that are, this is the best part of the Hamptons, but there are certain parts of the Hamptons that are up and coming. A lot more people are going out to the Hamptons more than just during the summer. Now is the high time for people to start getting their, well, no. If you were planning to spend the summer in the Hamptons, you should have rented out your home already or rented a place out already. I don't know how it is right now. You might be, I'm sure you'll be able to find something, but if you were trying to look for like a really fabulous place, you would have had to rent that out a long time ago. We got to see some of the Hamptons. You know, Ramona's out there in the Hamptons. Bethany's out there in the Hamptons. Good for Bethany, though, because Bethany didn't have a Hamptons home when we first were introduced to her. She's come a long way. She's definitely come a long way. In the Hamptons, I don't know. I need to go out to the Hamptons and hang out. I've been out to Fire Island and parts around there, which are beautiful. The beaches around there are really nice. But watching them sell property, $35 million for a property, for land alone, worth several $1 million. But, I like looking at different architecture, looking at different closets. So if you enjoy stuff like that, check out Selling the Hamptons. Very easy watch, but you do have to pay attention, especially if you want to see property. If you really want to see property, this is the perfect show because every single second they're showing you property. Little bits of drama in between, but it's mostly about property. It's mostly about, okay, can I get this business? Can I get this developer? We see all of them go through this and how they're trying to go from, I sold $1 million property. Now I want to go and be in the realm of selling $20 million properties. We have Bianca, who's trying to prove herself as the leader of the group. Bianca's the one in the light. I guess what kind of green would that be? Bianca's the one in the light green dress. Yeah, light green, not the dark green. Not Mia in the middle. So she's trying to prove herself as the leader of this group. But then we have Michael and I think it was a JB. I can't remember. He's the one in the with the big smile and blonde hair. He's from the Hamptons. So all these people that are coming from the city, he's like, all of you are trying to prove yourselves, but I've been doing this for years. I come from a family that sells this types of property. Like he's a rich kid Because at one point they have a lunch at his parents' beach house, one of their houses out there in the Hamptons. But his family comes from real estate. There's a lot of money in real estate, y'all. If you didn't know. And if you know, Emda says lime. I don't know if that's even considered lime. I think behind me, the painting that's more lime than what she. Man, I guess maybe almost lime. I'm mad at we're trying to figure out the color of her dress. All right, let's move on because I know a lot of you are here for the 90 Day Fiancé conversation, but I do want to talk about me getting into finally the Real Housewives of Melbourne. I'm watching season 1. I see why you guys love it. Here are my quick reactions. Jackie's still a part of the show since season 1. The psychic. At first, I was like, oh, I kind of like her because I like a psychic. I kind of like her. Oh, Sage is a good. Yeah, that might be a better. Yeah, Sage. Yeah, Caleb says Sage is more like a dusty gray. I think it's Kelly. Let me take a sip. So I'm now watching The Real Housewives of Melbourne. That also is on Discovery Plus. You're welcome. Oh, wait a second. Linda says that Ryan Serhant has the company Nest Secret. Is that his company? I thought his company was called Serhant. Or is he under Nest Seekers? Let's clarify that. But yeah, back to Jackie the psychic. Her shading these women for being older, she could only do that to them because to me, she looked like a hard 30-something, almost 40. The way she was shading them for their age, I was just like, she's great reality TV, but at the same time, I'm like, you're saying a lot for someone that doesn't look like, just saying. Oh my goodness. Foxy says Gina is the queen with a lot of makeup and glitter. Gina, who is a barrister, aka lawyer, right? What is up with that makeup though? I like the fact that the friends joke about how her makeup is very much like a drag queen. I was just like, that's the first thing that I noticed with her. I was like, that's a lot of eye makeup. And in season 1, it's a battle between Jackie and Gina because Gina, her boyfriend that lives here in New York, or ex-boyfriend now, lives here in New York, was cheating on her. And my thing is, if you're going to ask a psychic, is he cheating? And they tell you, like, why are you going to get mad at the psychic? Okay. The other ladies are not so much to talk about. Andrea is someone to talk about because she's shady. She's shady and posh in a way that's like, okay, I can see why they cast you. I can see why they cast you. Who else do I like? Chica, I like. You know what I like about Chica? I like that her and her husband have built this business that's extremely successful. But then I was looking at as soon as the husband comes on the screen, I was like, I'm getting a vibe. You know how we get vibes, right? You know how we get vibes. Blog and T says, Melbourne is fake news. What do you mean fake news? What does that mean? Mocha says Janet is funny. Let me see. Sister on the Move says Jackie got on my nerves. Actually, she tries to be so relevant using American pop references, and then her talking about her husband being a rock star. I was like, I've never heard of him. I understand he's probably hugely popular over in Australia, but I've never heard of him. Mocha, have you heard of him? That would be the test. That would be the test. Jackie was a lot, but I get why they cast her. But apparently her skills are on point. Her skills are on point. Blog says play the Nene song. Which one? Hetty says, yeah, Rockstar where? It's okay, Nika. We haven't even gotten into 90 Day Fiancé yet. We've been talking about some news from about the Bacon to the band. We were talking about selling the Hamptons. And now we're talking about the Real Housewives of Melbourne. We know it's fully on. We are behind. I'm on season 1. Okay? So understand. So you know which Nene song. Uh-oh. Boxer says, rumors for many years about Chica's husband being of a certain persuasion, never proven. And they're still together? Are they still hugely successful? I actually like their relationship, though. Even if he was, I do feel a love between them, right? Anyone else? I really do feel a love between them. Okay, Mocha says Silverchair was big in the 1990s. Okay. All right. Are they still touring? I know they're still together, right? This couple? I mean, I guess I don't really care about spoilers because the show has been on for how many years now. But I'm in. I'm fully enjoying the Real Housewives of Melbourne. I can only imagine it gets better. This is the first season that I'm watching. I don't really have a favorite. If I did have a favorite, it probably would be Chica's husband. I think he understands the assignment when it comes to television. He's like a big personality. And he's all about like, I mean, I got some Peter Thomas vibes from him. I got some Peter Thomas vibes. Melinda, thank you so much for the super chat. Melinda says, keep watching Jackie. Keep watching. Jackie says something really ignorant, borderline racist things about Mexicans. Well, in the first couple of episodes, she said some things that I was like, when was this filmed? When was this filmed? Boxer Girl says, yes, they are also still together. Good for them. Whatever works for them. Whatever works for them. They've built a multi-million-dollar businesses. So I can't even, and I actually feel like he really does adore her. That's the difference. You know, sometimes we see these relationships, then we're looking at the guy and we're like, do you even like her? I really do feel like he enjoys her. I do think that he's far better looking than she is. Okay, it's not that old. 2014. It's not that old. But we've changed a lot in the last 10 years in regards to what we find acceptable on television. There were a couple of things that I noticed, and I was just like, okay. All right, but I'm still watching. I'm literally in the middle of the first season. I definitely by next Tuesday should be done with the first season, maybe all into season 2. We shall see. If you are a fan of the Real Housewives of Melbourne and there are things that I should be paying attention to, or there's shows that you want me to pay attention to, let me know in the comments. Drop in the comments. Also drop in the live chat. Shout out to everyone that's in the live chat for our Tuesday Takeover, where we talk about a variety of different reality shows that we don't get a chance to talk about usually. Don't forget, tonight we will be doing our live watch party on TikTok. Right, TikTok? We'll be doing our live watch party on TikTok of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Yesterday, we went live to talk about the reunion trailer. So if you missed that, be sure to check that out as well. And then tomorrow, same time, same place, we will be recapping the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So stay tuned for that. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to 90 Day Fiancé. Oh, God. She didn't look so tan when she arrived. Miona, she didn't look so tan when she arrived off that plane. It's very tanned here. Maybe she gained the tan. Where are they located? Dakota? South Dakota? North Dakota? Okay. I don't know. Okay. Let's talk about Jibri and Miona. I kind of liked him, but there's so much coming out about this couple on social media about them not being real. And that their story is not fully 100% honest. That they're allegedly already married even before the show started filming. I don't know if any of this is true. This is all alleged. But I told you guys last week, if you watched it with us on TikTok, I said, I'm getting Soulja Boy vibes. I said it again last night. And when I say Soulja Boy vibes, meaning that you're using the show to promote your music and to promote yourselves or to get some sort of fame. And it wouldn't shock me because Miona's been very transparent that she wants to go to LA or go to New York to be a part of that scene. So it wouldn't shock me that both of them are using this platform to be famous. Someone in my TikTok chat said this is probably the best looking cast that we've had on 90 Day Fiancé ever. Do you guys agree with that? Do you agree with that? I have to say, it is a pretty good looking cast. It is a pretty good looking cast. Where's my cast photo? Hold on, let me see if I can find the cast photo. Yeah, I mean, look, attractiveness is so, Sebastian says, Sebastian says, this cast is very good looking. Yeah, I mean, there's no one that stands out to me that's ugly. I mean, ugly personalities is one other thing. And that's, for me, a big thing. And that's probably why I'm sort of on the fence. I was like, well, some of these personalities, if I had just saw the photos and we hadn't seen any of the episodes, then I probably would have been like, oh, yeah, you're right. But getting to know the personalities like Bilal, we will get to Bilal because I can't even talk about Bilal immediately. We can't talk about Bilal immediately. But let's talk about Miona and Jibri. So this couple, so he's finally preparing for her to arrive. She arrives, but he is preparing for this arrival, and he's bringing all these gifts. He's bringing a red carpet. That's the problem when these shows go on for so long. So many people are just doing things for reality TV. Do I think he has this colorful personality where he's wearing all these different looks and things like on some level, definitely. But the red carpet and then her walking up and down the red carpet, I was just like, and the constant kissing, I was just like, okay, it's still a pandemic. Put your mask up. Just put your mask up. Oh, Deborah, thank you for the reminder. And when he ripped his pants, but still wore the pants anyway, because he was like, I don't know if I would still, I guess I probably would still wear the pants because he had this pink suit on. The pink suit was cute. And he bent down too far to pick up the gifts and he ripped in between his pants, but you really couldn't see it. It wasn't like it came all the way up the back. But he still wore them anyway. But my thing is, if you're going to just pick her up and then maybe go back home, I don't see the big deal. Just saying. I probably would have changed, but he was bringing all these gifts to her in the truck. Why couldn't you give these gifts to her at home? Maybe just the flowers? Or you could be like Bilal and not bring any flowers. Just saying. Did y'all notice that? We'll get to Bilal in a second. There's not a lot for me to say about this couple this week. His best friend, who we see later in the season, he gets into a physical altercation, doesn't like Miona. Miona doesn't like him. They're both from Serbia, but his friend had, I don't know, his friend, I didn't expect. How long has his friend been in the country? Because his friend is from Serbia, but his friend sounded like he's been here for forever, like he grew up here. So maybe he has. I don't know. But we do see that they get into a physical altercation, probably because he doesn't like Miona. Miona seems to have that type of personality that is not very likable. She seems sweet, though, when we met her. She seemed sweet when we met her this week. But she didn't seem sweet when he FaceTimed her last week. I felt the same way. Foxy said stage fight, perhaps. Yeah, they kind of gave us a foreshadowing of them physically fighting before. I've never fought my best friend. I'm just saying, not like physical fight. But everyone's different. Look, everyone's different. Thickum says he gives me wannabe Chris Brown vibes. He definitely wants to be famous. He literally tries to create songs in the cars, and those songs aren't that good. Can we talk? Sebastian says, oh, the best friend is probably Serbian descent. Okay. I have one thing I have to say about this cast, though. I'm being impressed by how they know the language of the people that they're dating. And if you've been watching 90 Day Fiancé for a long time, then you're like, that is pretty shocking because usually we're used to ignorant Americans going to this country and expecting everyone to know English. Jibri knows Serbian. Cara. Yeah, Cara. She knows Spanish. Her Spanish was very good. But I'm also very impressed by Guillermo's English. So, as you know, last week, Cara went to Dominican Republic to pick Guillermo up because he has an expired Venezuelan passport, but there's an agreement. And I know some people are like, but if there's an agreement, there should be nothing to worry about. You don't need to go pick him up. If I didn't have my experience in Amsterdam this past October with the whole COVID restrictions and the embassies not communicating with each other, then I probably would have a different perspective on the situation. I'm like, you're right. There's an agreement. These embassies, even if there's an agreement, the lack of communication where not everyone knows or understands, or there's no clear understanding in the embassies, the red tape, the bureaucracy of it all. So I kind of get why she went. But the thing is, once you go through immigration, he has to go through immigration separately. She can't go with him. Of course, they were very critical of what was going on with him. Luckily, Guillermo was okay. But before we even got to meet Guillermo, we got to see Guillermo's friends and brother. I actually think that this couple is going to work out. But you know how they do us on 90 Day Fiancé. They set us up. They set us up to think that, oh, this is going to work out. Episode 7, we're like, damn, this is falling apart. This is not going to work. None of these couples are going to work. So I'm on guard. I have to agree with Guillermo. I'm very impressed with this 23-year-old kid. Sorry. I'm impressed with him. He gives me off mature vibes. And Carrick joking with his friends and family about him being a toddler and her being a sugar mama. And we learned a new word, spanky tanky. No, spanky panky. Spanky. Yes, it's stank. No, damn it. You guys will remind me in the chat. Sanky panky. That's what it is. Sanky panky. A Latino boy that has a sugar mama. And you just normally it's just using the woman for papers. And he's like, that's not me. This is real love. I believe him. I believe that they're in love. We learned a new term. I had never heard of a sanky panky. I have never heard of a sanky panky. That is a first for me. That is a first for me. Sister Onu says, I thought they were cute together, unlike Stephanie and Ryan. Sanky panky, y'all. Doll Baby says, why did Kara speaking Spanish annoy me? Why did it didn't annoy me? It actually was a little refreshing because like I said, I feel like so many of these Americans go to these countries and they don't learn the language. They don't make an effort to learn the language, especially when they're dating someone. But he speaks really good English. I was like, oh, look at her. But I can see why you might have been a little annoyed because it was also the things that she was saying because she was emasculating him in front of these people. And he didn't like that. And I think not only is she a sugar mama, she tries to come off like his mama. And I can see how that could be annoying. There is a maturity that I see in Guillermo that she probably doesn't see. And I'm just like, he doesn't act like a little boy. He looks like one. Don't get me wrong. He definitely looks like one. But he doesn't. I do think this couple will work out. I think they're a really cute couple, too. I think they're a really cute couple. I think that they will work out. I'm sure there'll be bumps in the road. I'm glad that he was able, because look, even as an American coming through our own customs, I'm still shaking like I wasn't born here and I don't have a passport. Not shaking. I don't really literally shake, but I'm sure all of you that have traveled when you're going through that, because they're so serious. They're so serious. I'm trying to remember. I know there's somewhere that I've traveled where the customs were not so uptight and they were more friendly. I would say Amsterdam, but no. They were a little serious because I just went there. I'm trying to remember. I'm sure there was definitely somewhere. I can't remember where I was traveling and the custom. First of all, sidebar. Some of these custom officers are some of the cutest people. You're like, hey, like in Amsterdam, there were some cuties at the customs situation, but there was also in India too. Where else? I'm telling you, this is why all you that decided not to travel. This is before the pandemic. I'm just talking about people that don't travel in general. Oh, Tarnika says they're supposed to intimidate you. Tamika says they're supposed to intimidate you. Sister Woman says you and me both, Kempire, when going through U.S. Customs. Yeah, because you would think that I wasn't an American citizen. I'm walking through there, it's like, here you go, sir. What's happening? What is happening? Foxy says Kempire's in love. No, I'm just saying. Hold on. Ooh, Blog and T says I worked NATO, Canada border, and Australia. Look at you. Wow. Sister on the Move, we know traveling is your thing. We got to do a separate live talking about traveling too. That might be a members only thing though, y'all. I got to do certain things with my members. Shout out to the members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com. We do have something special coming for our Royal Court members live stream. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Moving back on to 90 90 Day Fiance. So we already talked about Miona and Jibri. Not that interested in their storyline just yet. Next week, we will get to see a little bit more with her interaction with his mom. That will be probably more interesting. I think people are looking forward to that. I'm okay. She cracks me up. First of all, I wish he didn't grow out his hair because he looks so cute getting off that plane. Kobe, you know, Kobe's walking into onto the set of Get Out. She decides she wants to have a night with him, just him, no one else. She wants to have a night with him. And mind you, he has not seen his son in 2 years. But she wants to make sure that he still loves her because she looks very different. You know, the last time he saw her, she had just gotten pregnant, so she wasn't showing yet. And she had a very different body. Now she's a mom. I like her, though. She makes me laugh because when he's interviewed, when he first gets off the plane, he's like, he mentions the fact that she gained weight. And then she goes, but he's like, I don't care. I don't care. He's an African man. He likes a little weight on him, right? I think that this couple. I think this couple will work. I think they will make it. I do think they will make it. I don't think that they will stay in Kansas. I don't know, but so someone says not Get Out, not Get Out. Gloria says he wasn't about it. I don't blame him. Show me my kid. Well, that's what we see in the preview for next week. She tells him like, oh, we're going to spend one night together and then we're going to see the son. And he's like, why would we do that? I haven't seen my son in how many years? 2 years because of the pandemic. I want to see my son. I get it. Like, I get it why he might, but I get where she's coming from. But you could have planned a night out with him, with your parents. If they're willing to watch the kid now, they'll watch the kid one night and you guys go stay at a hotel. I don't know how to pronounce this, but I'm just gonna read your comment. I bet she's pregnant again. Well, preview for the season, there's a pregnancy scare. I hope she does not get pregnant again. That's the last thing that she needs to do right now. But they met each other quite a long time ago, and they haven't seen each other in a long time, and she ended up getting pregnant. Do you guys think that they got engaged because she got pregnant? Because the story that they're giving us is that, oh no, they got engaged and then she found out she was pregnant. Part of me feels like, I don't know if that's the situation. Tarnika says Emily is mad immature. She is. She gives me very young girl vibes, but I like her. She makes me laugh. She makes me laugh. All right. We were introduced to a new couple this week, and I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned because Eve has a son, a special needs son. Okay. And is this the first time that we've had an indigenous person on the show? Guys, refresh my memory. She says she's a part of the Apache tribe. Okay. So this is her man who saw a picture of her in a bikini on Instagram and decided to DM her. He's from Egypt, Alexandria, Egypt. And I have some concerns. First of all, I love the fact that when they opened up, she's very into healing and acupuncture and all this stuff. We also get to meet her son, which always concerns me when you're getting involved in these types of situations and you have a child that has special needs. And I'm like, oh my God, even more. But I like the fact that her husband is very much involved in the child's life. So ain't no funny business going on. No disrespect to it's going to be happening to that child. But she's already changing the way she dresses because Mohammed is Muslim, but she's not converting, but she's, getting rid of things out of her closet. She reveals their sexual relationship. And I'm like, the friends were asking some very invasive questions. I was like, oh, but maybe this is how they talk. They were asking her all kinds of questions. And I was just like, do we believe he was a virgin when they got together? She's quite older than he is. He's only, 25? I don't even know if he's 25. So I don't believe that he was a virgin. Do I believe he's using her to come to the country? I don't know. I think we all sort of look at these people with suspicion. Tarnika says, yes, it's his culture. Normally, I would say that, but then, okay, the first woman that you meet is the one you're going to lose. I just found that to be interesting. Marsha said that boy was not a virgin. Hetty says that virgin, no way. And also the way that, because the friends are like, well, if he was a virgin, was he able to, how was it? Because he didn't know what he was doing. And he's like, no, everything is good. That's because that was not his first time, allegedly. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover where we talk about a variety of reality TV shows. But of course, our anchor is 90 Day Fiancé. The new season's underway. We're only on episode 2. And so far, I'm interested. We still have not seen Ariella and Benny. Next week, they will arrive and Ariella will get splashed in the face with wine. I'm looking forward to that. And there's another couple that we haven't met yet. So there's more to unpack with these couples. All right, let's move on. Let's move on because there's a lot to break down with this couple. Bilal and Shaeeda. So we had a lot to say last week about Bilal. Okay. At first, I was like, good for Bilal. Bilal seems put together. He's come from nothing to make something for himself. And Shaeeda's from the Trinidad. And we don't really know a lot about Shaeeda. I kind of wish they kind of gave us, how sometimes they'll go, when they introduce the other person that's from the other country, they'll let you see a day in their lives. I kind of wish we had gotten that from Shaeeda so we would know a little bit more about her. But we were concerned last week because Bilal is not going to bring Shaeeda to his home. He's going to bring her to the trap house, aka the house he grew up in that they've, according to Shaeeda, dilapidated. It was. You saw the roof? It wasn't just like it was chip paint. The roof looked like it was about to fall in on them. Kim says, we saw her last week doing yoga. That was it, though. Usually we get to see like the family, the house, and things like that. We didn't really see much of Shaeeda. We just knew that she had her own yoga business back in Trinidad. So she finally arrives. And he's picking her up in a white van. At first, she thinks that they're going in a regular car, but she's like, a van? And the Trinidadian came out when they went in the car because he had put her bag on top of, she says, garbage. She's like, no, it's just my toolkit. First of all, you're picking up this woman in a white van. She barely knows you. I mean, she knows him, I guess, but not a lot. And he's been very secretive about his car, about his home. And I don't think there's anything wrong with her wanting to see where you live. Like, how do you live? If I'm going to marry you, I need to know how you are living. And she says, when he came to Trinidad, he had Louis Vuitton luggage. He dressed in nice suits. All of that's a part of getting to know someone. I know people might, that's materialistic. She is a gold digger. No, if I hang out with you and I'm seeing you use certain things, I'm like, all right, I can tell that this person is able to take care of themselves, and I'm not. You're not a scrub, and I'm taking care of you. This is why you guys have to ask the right questions. You need to know their credit score. You think I would be going to Bilal's home and I have not seen it? Because then we're going to end up in a trap house. You're picking me up in a van. You're picking me up in a white van. What in the OJ? And she's a woman. It's one thing if a man coming to the country and I'm meeting somebody, that's different. Doesn't mean that can't happen to me too. He came with a white van and the Trinidadian came out on her. She was getting all her items. She would rather, she's like this. She kept on saying, I don't know, are rats back here? She have all her bags like this on her lap. I don't blame her. You could have at least rented an inexpensive car. If you're going to play these reindeer games, you could have gotten a regular car. You're picking her up in a van. Who owns this van? And she's just like this in the car. She's like, what is happening? And then you bring her to the trap house. She's like, this house is dilapidated. Mind you, he said this house has been in his family for a very long time. No one's lived in it in 15 years. Why do you have it then? Why not fix it up and sell it? You're in real estate. She wasn't even talking about the neighborhood. She was talking about the house. And I don't blame her. Because she probably could smell that. It probably smelled. TL says she's a gold digger. I just find that funny. Exactly. I know she has standards. And she's West Indian? Oh, hell no. Why is she going to go from why is she going to go from, that's the thing. Like, he's assuming that she's coming from nothing. We don't know how she's living in Trinidad. That's why I kind of wish we saw how she was living in Trinidad, because I'm like, she doesn't carry herself like she's poor. She looks very nice. She comes off the plane. He has no roses, nothing. Was it Larissa? I think it was Larissa who was upset when what's his name came to the airport with no roses. Or no, he came to the airport with like not roses, but something. I don't remember what it was. Hold on. Blogging T says, Kempire, you a gold digger. I'm not a gold digger. I can probably say I can take care of myself. But do you think I'm going to get with someone that isn't able to take care of themselves, or living below a standard, or not even willing to work to get to a certain thing? Because not everyone's going to live the same. Okay. But I don't blame her. Because she's pointing out, well, he came with, Louis Vuitton luggage, and he had fancy watches and suits and things like that. Well, part of me would think, okay, do you have all of these things, but you're living like this? That says to me you're not really smart with your money. And that you much rather things. And mind you, she knows that he's in real estate, so it doesn't make sense. And I think that's part of the reason why she's confused. She's like, first of all, you specifically have not showed me your home or your car. So you already feel like you've been hiding things. Now you're picking me up in a white van. You're taking me to this house. But okay, so you have Louis Vuitton luggage and you're living in this house when you could invest it in a nicer home, or at least upgrading this home. It's not making sense. You think I could sleep next to this man? Chrissy says, I'm team shy. Glow says, it's a test. Oh, we know it's a test, but do you test the person that you're with? Especially someone that you're bringing here on a K-1 visa that you're getting engaged to, you're set to marry in the next 90 days? Shouldn't there already be a level of trust? She's better than me, because if he was intentionally not showing me his home or his car, it would make me look at him like there's something I can't trust. Uh-oh. Deborah says, I'm team Bilal. Okay, Deborah, why are you team Bilal? Maria says, testing like that is pure BS. TC says, I'm team shy too. I just can't imagine anyone being team Bilal besides him and his sister. But it's okay. If you've been here before, we welcome differing opinions. We're not judging you. You have every right to your opinion as long as you're respectful. As long as you're respectful. Blogging Bilal the singer, no. Marsha says, don't test me, period. Okay. Patricia says, what is she bringing to the table? Downward dog? Tarnika says some tests are needed. Okay, we're having a conversation now. Dasha says it's a test of what? This doesn't test if she's a gold digger or not. That's true. It doesn't. But she does have her standards. She doesn't feel comfortable. Would you feel? It's one thing to have a simple life. It's one thing to have a simple life. But to walk into a home that looks like a place that you have not maintained, that's very different. That's very different. Because you can live in a really fancy apartment building, and if you haven't maintained that apartment that you're living in, that would be uncomfortable for someone too. Them walking into, okay, this is a beautiful building, and now I'm walking into your apartment and it's dirty and it's not clean. I think that's her standards. Like, okay, things should have an order. I'm sure that place smelled. He says no one has lived in there in 15 years. Brielle says, I don't think she's a gold digger. Bilal is like, well, you're not showing appreciation. You're not appreciative. And then he tried to bring religion into it. Sitting over here lying to her. He's trying to bring religion into it. And he expects her to show appreciation. He's like, if I was on the corner and you were on the corner, excuse me, Bilal, what makes you think that she's coming from some corner? He has a lot of things that he's assuming with her. Like she's living on some corner. She's like, I'm coming from my home in Trinidad. I'm not coming from a corner. But I get the vibe. Don't mess with Shaeeda. Where's my Shaeeda picture? Don't mess with Shaeeda. She already showed us from the van. She's like, she don't want her Trinity to come out. I said, I want it to come out. I want the Trinity to come out. Please let the Trinity come out. It's going to come out. It's going to come out during the season. I hope it comes out during the tell-all. I want her to cuss him in a way that he's never been cussed before. I want him to be like, oh, this is what it's like dating a Caribbean woman. Yes. Exactly. Sleek says West Indians understand. It must be a West Indian thing. I don't think it's even that. Saintly says she wasn't on the corner in Trinidad. Why would she come to this? Exactly. O2 Loud says I wanted her to cuss him out too. Michelle says she is not to be played with. I could tell from the van. Shaeeda was like, don't let me not let the Trinity come out. I was like, no, let it come out. Let it come out. But she really tried to be understanding with him later because she's like, I can see it in your eyes that you're upset. I'm just saying, like, we can build together, but I'm like, this is not what I expected. I think it's the deceit for her because she felt like she knew someone, and she might felt like it was someone that was like her. There's a certain standard. It doesn't mean that she has to have the Louis Vuitton luggage or expensive things, but she lives a certain lifestyle. She's, carries herself in a certain way. She keeps house a certain way. And now she's like, oh, you don't do that. You don't do that. I think I feel like she feels like she's been deceived. Ruth Ann says, yes, deceitful. Nora says, you can tell something was off with where he lived, and she mentioned it in the episode. First of all, okay, now I have to turn on Shaeeda. All right, I'm not turning on you, Shaeeda, but I have to say something to you, Shaeeda. This wasn't very smart to leave your country to come to a man that you haven't seen his home. He's refusing to show you his home, to show you his car, to show you how he lives. You think I'm going to go to another country? I think she just assumed because of, he had he lived a certain type of lifestyle. He had the certain types of things. She's like, okay, maybe he's just, doesn't want me seeing that he's living well. But when he brought it to the trap house, she was like, wait a second. And that's the thing. There are plenty of people that spend all their money on things as opposed to real estate. But she's thinking he's a real estate agent. Of course he owns something nice, right? You never know. Some people are stupid. Okay. Live by Design says he's just plain rude and disrespectful. Jackie says, very interesting. I'll be enjoying this couple. Deborah says, I've been in the same situation when I met my fiance in Canada. His house wasn't the best, but oh, damn, Deborah. But I was so in love, I didn't realize. We moved into a better place. Patience is a virtue. But Deborah, here's the thing. That was his truth. This isn't Bilal's truth. He's lying to her. He's testing her. Thank you so much, SS, for the super chat. SS says, congrats to you, Kempire, for being over 110,000K. Thank you so much, SS. We appreciate you supporting the channel and congratulating us. We did this together. Hetty says, he's like that now. Wait until you marry that madman. Yeah, like there's something. That was Deborah. That was your reality. This situation with Bilal, he's being deceitful. He's holding back information, and he's been doing that. You think I would have gotten on that plane? I don't think so. Nora says, even someone with not a lot of money would have had a home that looks better than the 19th. And that's the thing, too. Just because you have a home that's from the 1900s, is what Shaeeda said. There are plenty of people with beautiful homes that are older homes. Just saying. Cherie, thank you so much for the super chat. Cherie says he made his own segment of What Would You Do? He sure did. It's this one who says West Indian people take pride in their homes regardless of their income bracket. Exactly. And I think that's what it is. She's walking into this home that this has been in his family for 15 years and they've done nothing with the home. You haven't renovated it. You haven't sold it. Maybe he's waiting to renovate it. I don't know. I mean, the home overall didn't look terrible, but that roof needed, I don't know if there was asbestos up there on the ceiling. I don't know. Glow says it was not dirty. Okay, it wasn't dirty everywhere else, but that ceiling was not welcoming. The broken glass window. First of all, he says that the neighborhood is where he grew up. It's the foundation of who. Okay, he says it looked terrible, Kempire. The glass broken up. You think I'm staying in a house where there's glass open? There's an opening for intruders to get in? I can't wait for her to bring the Trini out. Let the Trini come out. I was hoping that it came out in the van. She's ready to cuss him. He think that he got a quiet one. I'm ready for it. Shantae says, right. If you're secure in your choice of mate and where you're going, no need for the BS. No need for the BS. Samara says, isn't it job to remodel and sell property? Why is it like that? 15 years and you haven't done anything with that property. Lucy says, exactly, Kempire. She's in this relationship for money. And there's actually nothing wrong with that. We've seen, and we talk about a variety of different reality shows where people talk about, no, I want somebody with a certain level of money. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that's what, if you are open with that with the partner, some people are okay with that. Look at Little Mike and Ximena from 90 Day Fiancé before 90 days. She clearly wants money. He's clearly willing to give it to her. If you are open and honest about it, if it works for you, just saying. April says he's stuck in the past with that house. You never know. But here's the thing. You can still renovate a home and not make it completely modern. A little paint, a little fix the window in the attic that's broken. You don't have to do anything tremendous. Just saying. Block and T says, love me broke, Kempire. I don't know about that. Shantae says, wanting a mate who's financially secure isn't being a gold digger. You're stupid if you get with someone who isn't secure to take care of you and a child. Some of y'all telling on yourselves. That's Shantae coming to read the folks. Oh my goodness, Nelly, thank you for pointing this out. When she was talking about the van, she called the van Sanford and Son. I fell out. She's funny. Shaeeda. I want the Trini to come out, though. I'm ready for it. Who knew that this would be a larger conversation, guys? This would be a larger conversation. This is only episode 2. Bilal and Shaeeda are the stars so far for me. We still have 2 more couples that we have not, well, we've met Ariella. However, we haven't met her for this season on 90 Day Fiancé. If you're part of the replay crew, I want to know your thoughts on these couples. I want to know your thoughts on the Real Housewives of Melbourne. I want to know your thoughts on what else do we talk about? Oh, selling the Hamptons. And if there's other shows that we should be talking about and recapping. So far, this season of 90 Day Fiancé for me is really good. It's really entertaining. There's really a lot to unpack. Are there some couples faking it for the cameras? Yes. Yes. I kind of believe Jibri and Miona are faking it for the camera. I feel like the rumors on the streets are true. But things remain to be seen. Mocha says Shaeeda is even funnier with the Trini accent, right? Oh, she's going to get it together, right? What were they eating? Got her eating stale spaghetti and fish. I've never seen that. I was like, what are they eating? She's got pasta and fish. Right. Cherie says the food looked disgusting. And she was like, are you going to have me eating on dirty plates? I bet you that place had a smell to it. So Forrest says, what are the rumors? Well, there are a couple rumors about this couple, Miona and Jibri, that they are not 100% about their story, when they met, how long they've been together, and if they were married before this. So we shall see. We shall see. I do feel like they're using the show to gain some sort of popularity. I'm not that interested in their story. I think Jibri's mom might add some interest next week. We shall see. Exactly. Gloria says married. He about fame. Live by Design says it's so disrespectful. He would have been eating and living good if he visited Trinidad. Exactly. I wish they had shown where she lived. I never heard. Tarnika said, y'all never heard of catfish and spaghetti? No, see? This is why we need you guys to educate us. I've never heard of that. Okay, Heather Dubro's leftover sushi says, my family always eats catfish and spaghetti. They're from St. Louis, though. Okay. See what we're learning? But she's from Trinidad. So I wonder how she feels about it. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Cheryl Lately says, Jibri's mom creeps me out. I don't know why. Why? Maybe you're predicting something that we don't know. Well, that will be next week, guys. Don't forget, every single Tuesday for our Tuesday Takeover, we talk about a variety of reality TV that we don't get to talk about any other time. Be sure to check out our Real Housewives of New Jersey watch party on TikTok exclusively tonight after 9 p.m. Eastern. And we will be going live tomorrow to recap the Real Housewives of New Jersey. This is the season finale, so stay tuned for that conversation tomorrow. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the channel, don't forget to head on over to TeamKempire.com for more details. Thank you to everyone that has joined our Texan community. Guys, if you haven't joined the Texan community, join. This is where you're able to drop me tea. This is where I drop you tea. This is where I let you know when we're going live. That way, when all the other things fail you and notifications, I won't. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. I appreciate you all being here. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Don't forget, here on the channel, you don't just get reality TV recaps, you get everything in pop culture. So be sure to subscribe and be sure to turn on your notification bell. Thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation in the live chat. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
Mess this up like you always do. You want me back, but I'm through with you. You say, I'm so sorry, didn't mean to. You still love me, tell me, girl, can we work this out? And I know nothing's changed, it's still the same. I'm so tired and I'm tired of this back and forth. Now you're in my head and in my bed, telling me it's over 'cause I'm not enough. You need more than my love. but tomorrow